Israel, Israel. Who am I?
An Israelite.
Who am I?
An Israelite.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
Shabbat Shalom, Israel. First, giving all praises to the Most High Yah and the Son Yahushua Bliss. COL today come with you with another Sabbath class, the Day of Simon. The Day of Simon, a man of counsel. Today we're going to talk about one of our forefathers, and we're going to get the understanding of the Day of Simon, the purpose of it, why us being a chosen seed should actually keep this day and celebrate this day. A man of counsel. Just want to go into the understanding of, and every time we come into the Sabbath, we go into our history book, which is the law, statute, commandments of the Most High God. This is a time for us to build and get understanding of our forefathers. Get understanding what happened then, and to get understanding of why we're in the condition that we're in today.
That's right.
So we're going to talk about this man of renown, this mighty man of the Most High God, a man of counsel. Think about it. When you think about Simon, I'm going to just share this with you, Israel. There's something that we never learned in school. There's something we have not learned, and even in Christianity, and none of these pagan religions that they have taught us. I think the closest I came to know about anything about Simon in school was Simon Seed. So, that being said, Boaz, go ahead and give me 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and we'll start at verse 3. Read it to verse 4.
Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be heeded.
Understand gospel being good news. So when it goes, all right, said if our gospel is the good news, the encouragement, the motivation that we should have be hid, read.
It is hid to them that are lost.
When you think about all the nations that the Most High God made, who are the true lost nations? The so-called blacks, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American. Read on.
In whom the God of this world.
Understand, we know the God of this world is Esau. Read.
Had blinded the minds of them which believe not. Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ,
okay,
who is the image of God, should shine unto them.
And we try to shine on our people today. We try to shine on our people every Sabbath day with the understanding of our inheritance.
That's right.
So let's get started with the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. One thing I need Israel to know, as we build spiritually towards the Most High God, we want to understand we have to keep feeding our spirit. The only way we can feed our spirit is through the words of the Most High God.
That's right.
So that being said, read that right quick, God.
Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime,
okay,
were written.
You have to ask yourself, are you learning? The things that was written in this Bible was written for our learning. Read.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures.
Of the what?
Of the scriptures.
Read.
Might have hope.
Understand, Israel, this is something that we use for motivation. This is something that we use to inspire us to keep pushing forward. One thing about motivation, one thing about confidence, you can't go buy it at the store.
That's right.
You can't go get a 12-pack of confidence. This is something that you got to seek for. This is something that you got to have faith. This is something that you got to have hope. And we know faith and hope ties up into the substance of things not seen.
That's right.
But we believe that, hey, if we keep pushing towards the mark, keeping these commandments, that the Most High Yah is going to redeem us.
That's right.
So this is what we have to understand. You can't go buy confidence nowhere. So our confidence should come from the Scripture. And the Scripture should give us hope of what we need to be doing. So that being said, give me Job chapter 8 and verse 8. Israel, we continue to push forward, understand the Bible tell us, he that endure to the end
That's right.
shall be saved.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you, a lot of times we don't feel good, things going wrong in our life, but you got to go into the understanding where our comfort come from.
Bring it out.
Through the Scriptures. You got to push yourself. You got to speak life into yourself, and we know what is life. The commandments of the Most High Yah.
That's right.
That's right.
So go ahead and read that right quick, God.
Job chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire I pray thee.
Now understand, this is Job. Job was a righteous man. Job was a man that eschewed evil. He didn't deal with evil. Evil came around, he made sure he stayed away from it. So we must take counsel for what Job saying. For he inquired. When you look at inquire, it goes to ask, seek information. He said, I pray thee, read.
Of the former age.
Of the former age, our forefather, read.
And prepare thyself to search of their fathers.
So Job is addressing to prepare ourselves for the search of our father. A lot of times we not realizing that there's nothing new up under the sun. The actually things they went through, we're going through now.
That's right.
Nothing changed. They just changed the name, but it's still the same game. We still in what? Captivity. Read on.
For we are but of yesterday.
Understand, Job is understanding. Because we don't know everything. We don't know our lifetime. Read.
And know nothing.
And know nothing,
Because our days upon earth are a shadow.
Because think about it. When you think about it, then the average black man lived to be probably 65. I'm going to be honest with you, maybe 61, 62. Most of them, because guess what? We don't have no understanding of the dietary law. We don't have no understanding of a lot of things that goes on in this world. So when you think about it, in this crafty council, we might live to be 70. Well, when can you draw Social Security? What, 64, 65? So they're going to give you 5 years of paying you back. Come on, man. But read on.
Shall not they teach thee?
Understand, Job said, as we ask and we seek, shall not he what?
Teach thee.
Read.
And tell thee. In other words, out of their heart.
So this is what we have to understand. That we come back to the Most High God and seek the knowledge of our forefathers, and even seeking what they did righteous, and also seek what they did unrighteous. That's the way you learn, and that's the way you build. That being said, give me that in 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 16. Because when Job is addressing inquire, means to seek information. I want to share this with Israel. If you choose to be ignorant of the righteousness of the Most High God, you're no longer innocent to the truth. I'm going to say that one more time. If you choose to be ignorant towards the righteousness of the Most High God, which we know is the law, statute, commandment, you're no longer innocent. On judgment day, you're going to truly get judged. Because you choose not to seek this understanding. That's right. Now, go ahead and read that for me out.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. All scripture.
Some scriptures.
All scripture.
So the Most High God is addressing all scriptures, read.
Is given by inspiration of God.
That's why our enemy took the Apocrypha out the Bible. That's why if you just got a regular King James, you have an incomplete Bible. If you don't have a King James 1611, you are dealing with an incomplete Bible.
That's right.
But guess what? That's why when the scriptures say all scripture, read that again, Bo.
All scripture is given by inspiration of God.
Understand, our enemy knew that. That's why they taking the Apocrypha out the Bible. Read on.
It is profitable.
It is what?
Profitable.
Means very beneficial. Read.
For doctrine.
Okay.
For reproof.
Okay.
For correction.
Correction. Read.
For instruction in righteousness.
For instruction in righteousness. Read on.
That the man of God.
Hold up, that the man of who?
God.
Come on now.
May be perfect. Thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Thoroughly furnished to all good works. That being said, let's get some more understanding of this. All scripture was given to the inspiration of God. Sirach chapter 44, and we'll start at verse 1. Because think about it. If you think about everything that we've been taught over here, it starts from captivity.
That's right.
They want to tell us all about the invention we made as a slave. We made that because we got tired of doing all the work. Say, I'm about to find something to pull this for me, dog, because I can't keep pulling this. You know what I'm saying? Master want us to work in the dark. I'm going to have to make some light or something. We made all this because we were tired of being persecuted and going through hard bondage. So my thing is, what we were doing before we got on the slave ship? How was we operating? This is what we have to realize. When he say, ask our Father, we got to come back to the organs of the power. After I found out a couple days when we made the earning board and all that. Because guess who's earning the master clothes?
That's right.
Come on now. Watch this. Read that right quick out.
Sirach chapter 44 verse 1. Let us now praise famous men.
Hold up. So now in Ecclesiastes, which is in your apocrypha, is letting them know. Let us now praise who?
Famous men.
Okay.
And our fathers that begat us.
And our forefathers that begat us. Read.
The Lord had wrought great work, great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
Okay.
Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms. Men renowned.
Men what?
Renowned.
Now we got to understand, men renowned. These are well-known men, famous men, men of high respect. So we got to understand, our forefathers was men renowned. These were men of much regard towards being righteous men. Read on.
For their power, giving counsel.
Giving what?
Counsel.
I want y'all to understand, we're going to really talk about counsel today. Giving counsel, read.
By their understanding.
Read.
And declaring prophecies.
And declaring prophecy, read.
Leaders of the people.
Leaders of the what?
Of the people.
Because I don't care what people might think. You could use Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. They didn't have great counsel. They had a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
That's right.
So the thing about it, like I said, it was good for the time, but at the same time, these men that we're talking about now are men of the Most High God. Men of renown. Read verse 4 again.
Leaders of the people by their counsels.
Okay. Notice you say leaders of the people by their counsel. Read.
And by their knowledge of learning meat for the people.
Come on now.
Wise and eloquent in their instruction.
So it said in the process of our forefathers, they were wise and eloquent in everything they had going. This counsel that they was dealing with. Let's go ahead and give me Sirach chapter 45 and verse 26. So these was highly respected men. These was our forefathers before the slave ship. This is what our old person have not taught us. And you wonder why. We're going to find out. Read up.
Sirach chapter 45 verse 26. God give you wisdom.
Hold up. So the Most High God gave us wisdom, read.
In your heart.
Which is your mind.
To judge his people.
To judge his people, read.
In righteousness.
In what?
Righteousness.
Read.
That their good things be not abolished.
Okay.
And that their glory may endure forever.
So the Most High God gave us that wisdom. That being said, you got something?
We got to understand, Israel, that we got to seek guidance and counsel from, well, like we say, what, renowned men, men of understanding. Let's get 2 Chronicles 10 and 5. 10 and 5, down to 8. I'm going to read that. Because sometimes you got to seek guidance from people that's been here before and did the things that you seek to do, but you got to get it from wise men.
That's right.
Start at verse 6.
2 Chronicles chapter 10 verse 6. And King Rehoboam took counsel.
What did he do?
Took counsel.
He took counsel from who?
With the old men that had stood before Solomon.
So he took counsel from the old men that stood before Solomon. Solomon was what? Was the wisest king on earth, correct? So what makes you think that the people that's standing around him, taking counsel from him, not going to be wise too?
That's right.
Read on.
His father, while he yet lived, saying, What counsel give ye me to return answer to this people?
So King Rehoboam was what? Solomon's son, right? So he said, what counsel are you going to give me to them? Read on.
And they spake unto him, saying, If thou be kind to this people,
So if we be kind to this people, read.
and please them,
And please them, read.
and speak good words to them, they will be thy servants forever.
So they're going to be thy servants forever because guess what? They taking good counsel. He wanted to take good counsel from these people. But guess what this person did? Read on.
But he forsook the counsel.
What did King Rehoboam do?
Forsook the
He didn't
counsel,
want to take the counsel of the old wise men. Read on.
which the old men gave him.
So they taking, like it's in the modern day today, right?
That's
We're
right.
taking counsel from who? From the other nations. That's not even in the laws. It's not even keeping the laws. Read on.
And took counsel with the young men that were brought up with him.
So he's going to take counsel from the people that he's comfortable with. Read on.
That stood before
That's
him.
all I got, boo.
Oh, man. Good precept. Good precept. So now we're talking about this. Let's talk about counsel. We want to talk about it. What is counsel? Pretty much when you think about it, counsel is good guidance. Right. The understanding of the biblical understanding of good guidance, go ahead and give me Sirach chapter 1, and we're going to do verse 26 and verse 27. Because when you think about good counsel, you're thinking about pretty much good guidance. When you think about good guidance, this is
Start 1 verse 26. If thou desire wisdom.
Because when you think about good counsel, this goes into the understanding of wisdom, right? That's right. Read.
Keep the commandments.
Do what?
Keep the commandments.
This is what we have to realize. Dealing with what we're about to deal with our forefather with Simon, he must have been what? Keeping the commandments. Because right. They say he was a man of counsel. Read.
And the Lord shall give her unto thee.
Okay.
For the fear of the Lord.
For the fear of the Lord, read.
Is wisdom and instruction.
Notice how they go hand in hand. Wisdom and instruction. Read.
And faith and meekness are his delight.
Come on now. Being firm in his word and being meekness towards correction when it comes is a combination that will lead us to the kingdom. That's right. Now that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the book of 1 Maccabees. We'll start at chapter 2, and we'll start at verse 1. We want to get into the man himself. Our forefather, Simon, a man of counsel. Go ahead, bro.
1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 1. In those days arose Mattathias,
okay,
the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jeril.
So understand, Mattathias was pretty much at the time, he was part of the Leviticus priesthood. He was a high priest at the time. Read. From
Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin, and he had 5 sons.
Okay.
Jonan, called Caddis. Simon, called Thassis.
Okay.
That side. Judas, called Avaron, and Jonathan, whose surname was Epiphas.
Okay, so now we have to get to understanding Mattathias had 5 sons, which we know now the Maccabees and all them. This is what? During our Greek captivity. This is 33, around about 33, I'm saying 332 BC, before Christ. Read on.
And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah,
okay,
in Jerusalem,
okay,
he said, woe is me. Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people?
So realize now, him being a Levite at this time, which was supposed to be a messenger of the Most High Yah, supposed to be a guidance to the people, he's seeing all the foolishness and calamity that's going on in this Greek captivity. So he's hurting right now. He said destruction to him. He's hurting right now. He's grieving. Read.
And of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy.
Okay.
In the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without glory.
Understand and sin. Read.
Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity.
Okay.
Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy.
So we have to realize, going into this, dealing with pretty much Ptolemy and all that, and I know history has taught us about Alexander the Great. Right. But Alexander wasn't great towards us, towards the nation. He wasn't great towards none of the countries that he conquered. But guess what? Who in rulership now, that's who's writing the history. But we understand now, this wasn't a pleasant situation. But read on.
What nation had not had a part in her kingdom? Okay. And gotten of her spoils.
So we have to realize we've been through multiple captivities, 7 major captivities. All nations played a part of enslaving God's chosen people. Now that being said, let's go ahead and get some understanding now. Now we know Mattathias had 5 sons. Now for having these sons, let's go ahead and jump to verse 49. 2nd Maccabees, and we're going to jump to verse 49. Because as Mattathias was actually building his sons up to be righteous men to the Most High God, it came a time when Mattathias was about to pass away. But I want to share with you what counsel did he give his sons. Go ahead and read that out.
Verse 49. Now when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, okay, he said unto his sons, now have pride and rebuke gotten strength in the time of destruction, in the wrath of indignation.
Okay.
Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law.
Hold up. So I want y'all to understand, Mattathias being a Levite, his sons being Levites, he's addressing them. Be zealous of the law. Read.
And give your lives.
Hold up now, just give an opinion.
Give your
He
lives.
said, give your life. Now this is a father talking to his son. He said, give your lives. Read.
For the covenant of your fathers.
Now understand, what was that covenant that was given to Israel? The law, statute, commandments. Read on.
Called to remembrance.
Now, also realize what Mattathias is doing right now. He's telling them to call to remembrance. Because calling to remembrance is going to be a confidence and courage. Read.
What acts our fathers did in their time.
Okay.
So shall ye receive great honor in an everlasting name.
So Mattathias is telling his boys, hey, just don't think about what I did.
Right.
Think about what our forefathers before me was doing.
Read it out.
What they was bringing out, how they stand firm with the Most High Yah. Read on.
Was not Abraham found faithful
Come on now.
in temptation? And it was imputed unto him for righteousness.
Okay.
Joseph in the time of his distress kept the commandment.
He did what?
Kept the commandment.
Come on now.
And was made Lord of Egypt.
Uh-huh. Now, just what I want y'all to understand. Notice how Mattathias is talking. He's talking to his boys. He's encouraging them to keep pushing forward. Now, I'm going to show you something right quick. Go ahead and give me Proverbs chapter 24 and we'll start at verse 5. Because when you think about it, Mattathias is giving great counsel to his son before his death. And when you think about this, he's encouraging them to keep pushing forward. He's encouraging them. I might be gone, but I need y'all to still ride out for the Most High Yah.
That's right.
So, when you think about where we at now, as fathers, are we doing these things? We have not been taught to do these things. But I'm going to show you something. Read this right quick, God.
Proverbs chapter 24 verse 5. A wise man
Okay.
is strong.
Okay.
Yea, a man of knowledge
But a man of knowledge, read.
increases strength.
Hold on. So, just the parents, period. We don't give good counsel. We don't. I had a brother tell me before, man. I said, man, what about your children, man? They better get how they live. I'm like, God, dog. It sounds good at the time, but when you spiritually built up, get it how they live. You don't want your children to do better than you?
Right.
Oh, man, you know, it's their life. So we have to think about how our forefather was dealing with their children, man. They was guiding them and encouraging them to not only do what I done, do better than what I done.
That's right.
But watch this. Read that again, both start from the top where we at.
A wise man is strong.
Okay.
Yea, a man of knowledge increases strength.
This is what we should be doing right now. Wise, just being wise, that's cool, but we need to be increasing in strength. Because guess what? We got the precept from our forefathers. Read on.
For by wise counsel
Okay.
thou shalt make thy war.
Okay.
And in multitude of counselors
Okay.
there is safety.
Understand that in the multitude of counsel there is safety. Now, like I just brought out in the precept how the brother was going to the councils that was with Solomon at the time and getting wisdom from them. This is what we got to look at today. Not only men of now, we got to understand what's another double fold again, a multitude of counsel. Precept upon precept, line upon line.
That's right.
What's that? That's 2 Corinthians 13:1. By 2 or 3 witnesses, every word is established. As we continue to build, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we can go to our elders, but most of the time we can also, if we unsure about anything, precept it out.
That's right.
If you can't precept it out, you got to examine that even more. Because you should be able to precept it out to get understanding. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into Maccabees. Jump down, 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 61.
First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 61. And thus consider ye throughout all ages,
Okay.
that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
Okay.
Fear not then the words of a sinful man,
Okay.
for his glory shall be dung and worms.
Now, what is Mattathias doing right now? He's speaking life to his boys. He let them know, that man, don't fear the words of a sinful man. Because a sinful man gonna tell you all type of games, say
That's
stuff.
right.
Bro, you don't got it, man. I know your daddy did all that, but y'all don't got to do all that. What he did. See, he died anyway, so it didn't matter. That's what a sinful man will speak. I'm gonna show you what Maccabees was doing right quick. Zadok, give me Sirach 30 and chapter 3. Chapter 30 and verse 3 and 4. I just got to paint the picture to give you the understanding. What is Maccabees doing right now? Really, he's speaking fire right now to his boys. Let's see what he's doing.
The book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
They do what?
Grieveth the enemy.
Maccabees is building his boys up. He letting them know, y'all don't watch me, I'll train y'all up. Let me give you what they call the icing on the cake now. He's building his boys up. Read that again up.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
He's letting them know. Read.
And before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Okay.
Though his father died.
Though his what?
Father died.
So this is what Maccabees is doing. He's going to his deathbed right now. He's talking to his boy. Though his father died, read.
Yet he is as though he were not dead.
Woo, read that part again.
Yet he is though he were not dead.
Okay.
For he had left one behind him that is like himself.
Come on now. See, this is what we have to realize, Israel. When you're a soldier for the Most High Yah, real soldiers be among soldiers.
That's right.
If you're a virtuous woman or a daughter of Zion, sister gonna build other righteous sisters. You're gonna build your daughter to follow the Most High Yah. You're gonna build your daughter up to love her husband, take care of her children. This is what we gotta do. We all soldiers on the battlefield at some point or fashion. We should be duplicating what we are and pushing them to even take it forward. So go back to what we was at about. Go ahead and read 61 again.
And thus consider ye throughout all ages,
Okay.
that none that put their trust in him
Okay.
shall be overcome. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms.
Come on now.
Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his thought is come to nothing.
Come on now.
Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant.
Be what?
Valiant.
Come on now.
And shew yourselves men in the behalf of the law. For by it shall ye obtain glory.
Stop. We're gonna pause a minute. I gotta make this talk. Think about what's going on right now. One of my soldiers tell me, what? Nothing new up under the sun. What he's saying to his boys, who said this to another great man? I know you know. One of my soldiers. I'm gonna help y'all out. The same guideline that he giving his boys, who gave it to? There you go. King David. That's in what's that, 2 Kings?
Shoot ourselves for me.
Shoot ourselves for men. I want y'all to see the pattern of what's going on. Soldiers make soldiers. Read up.
And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel.
Notice what goes on. So when you think about what Maccabees is doing, he's speaking to his boys. Because guess what? A father knows his son.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a mother know her daughters too. You know what daughter to send to the store. You know what daughters to send the money to with. You know what daughter not to send the money with. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to show us as we continue to build spiritually. The counsel that our forefathers given their children. So read that again out.
And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel.
So notice the father telling his boys in front of all of them, I know your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Powerful. Read on.
Give ear unto him always.
Notice what he's telling. He's giving that guidance to his brothers, to his sons. Give ear to him always. Read.
He shall be a father unto you.
Read on.
As for Judas Maccabees, he had been mighty and strong, even from his youth up.
So understand, this is where he gets the nickname the hammer. This is a father giving the guidance. Think about this. When you think about the guidance and the understanding that a righteous father gives to his children, to his son, we talked about King David. King David gave it to who? Was Solomon, right? Did not Jacob in Genesis 49 gave the guideline of the prophecy to his boys? He's guiding. He's giving them the understanding. So he tell her, okay, Simon, he's going to be that man of counsel. Now, if he go down, the boy, what? The helm of Maccabees, that's who you need to turn to. Read on up.
Even from his youth up.
He said from his youth up. This is the eyes of a righteous father. He's seeing the spiritual understanding of his boy. He said even from the youth up. So you know Maccabees probably slapping people back in the day that was being unrighteous, I'm saying. Maccabees didn't play no game back when he was little.
That's right.
Read.
Let him be your captain.
He said let him be your captain.
And fight the battle of the people.
Come on now.
Take also unto you all those that observe the law.
Notice he say this. In the process of building with your brothers, he said, take so also with you all them that what?
Observe the law.
Read.
Right.
And avenge ye the wrong of your people.
Okay.
Recompense fully the heathen. And take heed to the commandments of the law.
Now we got to deal with Mattathias now. Well, why did he say take them that observe the law? Give me that in Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 14.
Bring it out.
So, Mattathias giving some great counsel right now. He's building up his boy, but he's telling them also, hey, pick up the brothers, pick up the people that's actually observing the law, building up in the law. Because guess what? When you think about it, the fight of battle, and I try to make this plain and simple, the fight of battle of righteousness, in reality, you got to think about it. Evil can't fight against evil and win. That's a lose-lose situation. Let me break it out a little better. You can't fight fire with gas. And we know y'all hear it, but read that right quick, God.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 14. For the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp.
So the Most High God is addressing, as you fight this battle, you got to be with like-minded people to fight this battle. Because
right.
he's in the midst of the camp. Read.
To deliver thee.
To what?
Deliver thee.
Read.
And to give up thy enemies before thee.
This is why he told them, you got to find, he said, deal with the people that's observing and keeping the law to build your army up. Read.
Therefore shall thy camp be holy.
Oh, he said, therefore what?
Thy camp shall be holy.
Read on.
That he see no unclean thing in thee.
Okay.
And turn away from thee.
Okay. So that's why he was telling them, you got to deal and build with the nation, with the brothers and sisters that's zealous of the law. There's abiding by the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High Yah. Now, let's go ahead and jump over now. Give me 1 Maccabees chapter 13, and we'll start at verse 1. Because now we want to get into the understanding of why we're celebrating, and we want to get into the understanding of what Simon was doing. Because his forefather did address and say, Simon, treat him as a father. He's going to be the man of counsel. Pretty much, he almost will tell, hey, Simon going to be me when I'm gone. He's going to give you all the guidance of the scriptures and help y'all have understanding of what needs to be done. But when it's time to go to war, let's go to Judah Maccabees. Now, at this particular time, Judah Maccabees in this chapter here has already been killed. I'm about to show you, we're about to build up the element of his brother Simon now, and while we celebrate this feast day. Go ahead and read that out.
1 Maccabees chapter 13, verse 1. Now when Simon heard that Tryphon had gathered together a great host to invade the land of Judah.
So hold on, I want to give y'all an understanding. Pretty much Tryphon is pretty much an Edomite. He's pretty much the general. He's a commander in the pretty much Greek army right now. Read on.
And destroy it. And saw that the people was in great trembling and fear. He went to Jerusalem and gathered the people together and gave them exhortation, saying, Ye yourselves know what great things I and my brethren in my father's house have done for the laws in the sanctuary, the battles also and troubles which we have seen, by reason whereof all my brethren are slain for Israel's sake.
Okay, so this Simon speaking right now. All his brother, pretty much Jonathan is not slain yet, but all his brothers been slain for Israel's sake, fighting to keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High God and guide the people. Read on.
And I am left alone.
Okay.
Now therefore be it far from me that I should spare my own life in any time of trouble, for I am no better than my brethren.
Woo! We're going to talk about that. Hold on. Don't go no further. Give me Sirach chapter 4 verse 28. See, the thing about it, Simon being a man of counsel, think about it. Now, I don't know, but I'm just addressing. I'm pretty sure Judah Maccabees looked out for him a lot. Father said Judah was a rough one from the youngin. To see the captain die Simon could have checked out right now. Simon could have been like, shoot, the hitter, what we call him now,
Right.
my stepper gone now.
Right.
Simon could have been like, no, I'm going to fade back. But I'm going to show you, being a man of counsel, even when the brother went through the situation and the captain, the general, pretty much Hammer got killed, this is what a man of counsel turned to. Read that right quick out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth
Okay.
unto death.
Unto what?
Unto death.
Come on, man.
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
Okay. This is what a man of counsel do. This is what we have to build ourselves up to do, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
When things get hard and we don't understand and things look a little shaky, we got to turn to the law. We got to turn to the foundation of how we should be operating. Because it was easy for Solomon to be like, ooh, they killed my boy. Oh, man, we're going to lay low for some years. No, he said, no, I'm no better than him. We're going to ride out. Now, to go back to what we were at, Bo, matter of fact, I'm going to show you something else. What is Simon really saying? Give me Saint, I'm going to jump forward. Give me St. John chapter 15 to verse 12. I want verse 12. Because we're in our Greek captivity, right? So we're not even, when Christ was on the earth, we was in our Roman captivity, right? I'm going to show you the spirit of what Simon had on. Or the same spirit another great man had on him that walked this earth. This is the same spirit we got to have for each other. Are we there yet? I don't know. But we're going to find out. Read this right quick out.
John chapter 15 verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another.
That ye love one another, read.
As I have loved you.
Understand. Simon right now, man, taking that understanding of what his father said he was. He's the man of counsel. Taking that understanding that, hey, love each other. This is his brother that passed away. But he's still willing to die and keep pushing forward. Let's find out why. Read.
Greater love had no man than this.
Then this, read.
That a man lay down his life.
A man laid down his what?
Life.
Read.
For his friends.
For his what?
Friends.
Read. Read on.
Ye are my friends.
Okay.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
This is the same spirit our forefather had. Now, this is Christ speaking this in the Roman captivity. We supposed to go back to the Greek captivity. This is why this Simon was a man of counsel. He had the spirit of the Most High Yah put upon him. Now, go back to where we was at. Verse 3. Okay, Bo, go ahead and read 12, 13 and 5 one more time as we proceed on. Then we'll run on down. First Maccabees, 13 and 5.
First Maccabees chapter 13 verse 5. Now therefore be it far from me that I should spare my own life in any time of trouble, for I am no better than my brethren.
Do we look at ourselves like this? See, in Israel, it's competition. We always trying to up each other. Simon said, man, I'm no better than my brother.
Bring it out.
So why should I spare my life? They didn't spare their life. That's deep. Y'all have to read that later, but that's deep. Read on.
Doubtless I will avenge my nation in the sanctuary, and our wives, and our children, for all the heathen are gathered to destroy us of very malice.
Notice what he said. I would avenge my nation. He didn't just say my brother. He said my nation.
That's right.
The wives, the children, all that in the sanctuary. Read on.
Now as soon as the people heard these words, their spirit revived.
Their spirit did what?
Revived.
This is what goes on. A man of counsel going to speak life to the people. What he's speaking was already written. He's standing. This is what I want Israel to realize. Being austere just means standing on the words of the Most High Yah. That's all it means. Standing firm with the word, not being tossed to and fro. Read on.
And they answered with a loud voice, saying, Thou shalt be our leader instead of Judas and Jonah thy brother.
Okay.
Fight thou our battles, and whatsoever thou commandest us, that we will do. So then he gathered together all the men of war, and made haste to finish the walls of Jerusalem, and he forfeited it round about.
Okay.
Also be sent Jonathan the son of Absalom, and with him a great power, to Joppe, who casted out them that were therein remain there in it. So Tryphon removed from Ptolemais with a great power to invade the land of Judea, and Jonathan was with him in war. But Simon pitched his tents at Adadia over against plain.
Okay.
Now when Tryphon knew that Simon was risen up instead of his brother Jonathan, and meant to join battle with him, he sent messengers to him, saying, whereas we have Jonathan thy brother in hold,
Okay.
it is for money that he is owing unto the king's treasure, concerning the business that was committed unto him.
Notice what he's doing right now. He pretty much falsifying some information, trying to address why they got Jonathan. Well, he owes some money and so forth. I'm going to show you something. Read on.
Wherefore now send 100 talents of silver,
Okay.
and 2 of his sons for hostages, that when he is at liberty, he may not revolt from us, and we will let him go.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a man of counsel. A man of counsel, what we just read earlier, what he say, don't deal and believe with a sinner. Don't let a sinner worry you. Simon already understand. Their spirit ain't upright in them. So he hearing what they saying, but I'm going to show you what the understanding Simon had on him. Read on. What verse read?
17.
Read on.
Hereupon Simon, albeit they perceived that they spake deceitfully
He know they speaking deceitfully. Read.
unto him, yet sent he the money and the children, lest peradventure he should procure to himself great hatred of the people.
Now I want to break this down. What is Simon doing right now? He's up under the understanding of this. He know they lying about the money. Okay, man, send the money and we'll let them go. Simon understand the process of what's going on, but at the same time, he had wisdom on him. He said, hold up, if I don't send the money and they kill him, my people going to be upset with me. Because they going to feel like, all you had to do was send the money, man, they wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you what Simon understood. A man of counsel, he don't lean towards the multitude of the people.
That's right.
Let's see this is what he understood. Give me Sirach 4. Matter of fact, give me Sirach 12 and 10 right quick. We're in war right now. Simon, a man of counsel. Simon understood already, hey, it's casualties of war at the same time. Can someone that's oppressing you, or someone that's do so many atrocities to you, ever have a beacon of light to actually help you out? So this is what the man of counsel understood. Did he lean on the multitude of the people, or did he lean on the counsel of the Most High Yah? Let's see. Read that right quick, God.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
What does the Bible say?
Never trust thine enemy.
So even when he was talking, I could picture Simon rubbing his beard. he stole some money. Okay. Oh, so you want me to send you some money, you going to let him out. What does the Bible say?
Never trust thine enemy.
Read.
For like as iron rusted,
Okay.
so is his wickedness.
So now, going back to Simon and the thoughts of what he having right now, Boaz, go ahead and go to verse 18.
Verse 18, whom I have said, because I sent him not the money and the children, therefore is Jonathan dead. So he sent them the children and 100 talents.
Okay.
Howbeit Tryphon dissembled, neither would he let Jonathan go.
So he already knew, like, you know what, for the sake of the people, I don't want to stress nobody out. But a true man of war understood. He might have had a couple brothers that related to him, but just to ease the multitude, like, watch it, I'm going to send the money. Right. But same, he already understood. My brother probably already be dead. My brother probably already going to hit that wrath. But he understood. A man of counsel did what he had to do. But read verse 19 again.
So he sent them the children and 100 talents.
Okay.
Howbeit Tryphon dissembled, neither would he let Jonathan go.
Now I'm going to show you. What did Simon understood about this man? Give me John 8 and 44. See, the thing about it, a spiritual man sometimes see things that a natural man don't see right off. You know? So this is what he had to understand. At the end of the day, he had to keep leaning on the words of the Most High Yah. I'm going to show you. Read that right quick.
The book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your fathers the devil.
So Simon understood this. When he told him, man, my brother owes money, you want me to send the money, you gonna let him go and all that. What does the Bible say?
Ye are of your father the devil.
This man of counsel understood this. Devil just means to deceive. He's a deceiver. Read.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Come on, man, because you got to think about it. When you did it with Charpard and all that, his power came from who? Alexander. So the same thing going on. Read on.
He was a murderer from the beginning,
Come on now.
and abode not in the truth,
And above not in the truth. Read.
because there is no truth in him.
What does the Bible say?
Because there is no truth in
If
him.
we get our people to understand this, the other nations, no truth in it. The truth lies within the nation of Israel. We got to turn back to it, though. But read on.
When he speaketh, they lie.
When he do what?
When he speaketh, they
We're
lie.
going to let your brother free.
When he speaketh, they lie.
Read.
He speaketh of his own word.
Come on now.
For he is a liar.
Okay.
And the father of
And
it.
the father what?
And the father of it.
Come on now. This is what a man of counsel was understanding the whole time. Now, go back to where we're at, Bo. Verse 20.
Verse 20. And after this came Tryphon to invade the land and destroy it, going round about the way that leadeth unto Adora. But Simon and his hosts marched against him in every place.
And what?
Every place.
Read.
Wheresoever he went.
Okay.
Now they that were in the tower sent messengers unto Tryphon to the end that he should hasten his coming unto them by the wilderness,
Okay.
and send them victuals.
Okay.
Wherefore Tryphon made ready all his horsemen to come that night. But there fell a very great snow, by reason whereof he came not. So he departed and came into the country of Gilead.
I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna show y'all something. Notice where it say. I want to recap on this part right here. It say Simon and his host marched against him in every place wheresoever he went. Simon was on his road. Now you think about this situation. Trump out, he looking at this situation like, "Hey, I heard about Judah Maccabees, but goddamn, where Simon get all this from?" But just what I want y'all to understand is real. See, the thing about it, we have different talents, but we all have the spirit of the Most High Yah in us. And we know us that Exodus 3 and 15, God is a man of war. Now, even though Simon was known for counsel, he still had that spirit of war in him, because guess what? Just like us, we from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm going to show y'all something about our forefathers. Just a side bar a little bit. Boaz, give me 2 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 7. And we'll read it down to verse 10. We're going to go back, because I just want to show y'all the spirit and the essence of our forefather, how we was operating. This is what they don't teach you. You won't learn about these. Black History Month. You won't learn about these things. Because guess what? A lot of these feast days that we celebrate is pretty much celebration from getting out of captivity from what? All oppressors. They don't want to teach you these things. Well, check this out. Read that right quick, God.
2 Samuel chapter 17 verse 7. And Hushai
Okay.
said unto Absalom.
So understand, Hushai is a friend of David. Absalom is actually David's son. Read.
The counsel that Ahithophel
is pretty much one of David's counselors. Read.
had given is not good at this time.
Okay, because understand, Ahithophel gave counsel when you read up about going against David. When David fled, they were setting up to go against David and kill David in the mountains. So his friend was telling his son, hey, that's not good counsel to do that. Let's see why he say that. Read on.
For said Hushai, thou knowest thy father and his men,
Okay.
that they be mighty men.
Hold on, that they be what?
Mighty men.
So even back then, I'm trying to show y'all Israel. The thing about it, no matter what, our forefathers, man, they was always, when they deal with the spirit of the Most High Yah, they was what, Bo?
Mighty men.
Read.
And they be chaffed in their minds.
They very firm on these laws. Read.
As a bear robbed of her whelps in the field.
Okay.
And thy father is a man of war.
Hold on, what does the Bible say?
Thy father is a man of war.
Israel. No matter how much we've been oppressed, we are men of war. The thing about it, we got to stir up that pure memory and come back to who we've been called to be. Read on.
And will not lodge with the people.
Okay, we ain't going to play no games with the people. Read.
Behold, he is hid now in some pit,
Okay.
or in some other place. And it will come to pass, when some of them be overthrown at the first, that whosoever heareth will say, there is a slaughter among the people that follow Absalom.
And this David's son that was trying to go against him. Read.
And he also that is valiant,
That is what?
valiant,
Read.
whose heart is at the heart of a lion,
Read.
shall utterly melt.
So this is the spirit our forefather had. Talking about David and his army. This is David's friend that remind his son. Do you know who you're going against? Read on.
For all Israel knoweth that thy father is a mighty man.
Notice what he say. For all Israel know that thy father is a mighty man. Read.
And they which be with him,
And they that what?
be with him,
Read.
are valiant men.
A valiant man. This is what I want y'all to understand. This spirit that Simon had on. The spirit that our forefather had on them. They was men of war. Go ahead, Doc.
Well, I got a little bit on that spirit, because the Most High never gave us the spirit of fear. But what did he give us? Of what? Of power. Give me 2 Timothy 1 and 6. We're going to read it down to 7 right quick. Let me show you what kind of fear, what kind of power that the Most High got. Because God is a man of what?
War.
Man of war. And he going to have the same spirit in us that we got in the Most High. Read this.
2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 6.
Read.
Wherefore I put thee in remembrance.
In what?
Remembrance.
So we got to put this in remembrance, because he never was a weak and futile people. Read.
That thou stir up the gift of God.
The gift of what?
God.
Because God is a man of war. Read on.
Which is in thee. By putting on of my hands.
He's going to put on his hands. So if we put on the Most High God's hands, if he's a man of war, we can't be scared of the things that's going to come upon us. Read on.
For God had not given us the spirit of fear.
He ain't gave us no fear, but what?
But of power.
But of what?
Power.
Power and what?
And of
And of
love.
love. We love these commandments. Read.
And of a sound mind.
And of a sound mind.
That's right. And just to capitalize on what I talked about, give me Psalms 119 and verse 105. Because we dealing with David, and like I said, when his son was thinking that he was going to try to go against him, or thought, I'm going to say, was thinking that was a good idea, I just want you to realize the spirit of what David was a man after the Most High own heart, right? So we just got to analyze the spirit that David had. Read that right quick, God.
Psalms chapter 119 verse 105. Thy word is a lamp.
Give me 104. I'm sorry.
104. Through thy precepts.
Okay.
I get understanding.
So understand, David was a man of study. David was a man of counsel too.
That's right.
Because he said, through thy precept I get understanding. But guess what David also said? Read.
Therefore, I hate.
No, I just dislike a little bit.
I hate.
Read.
Every false
Now,
way.
some false way.
Every false way.
That's right.
Understand the spirit that David had on him. Understand the spirit of our forefather had on him that was righteous. And watch this. Give me Psalm 139, verse 19. Let's make sure we get some better understanding of the spirit that David had. In Christianity, you've been taught not to hate. In this world, you've been taught to love everything. You've been taught to accept everything. That's why we're in the condition that we're in. Let's see, did David have that same spirit on him? Read up.
Psalms chapter 139 verse 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked.
Man, read that again.
Surely thou wilt slay the wicked.
This David crying out to the Most High like, man, surely, man, you're going to deal with them, the Most High. Kill him. Read.
O God, depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men.
Okay.
For they speak against thee wickedly.
So they speak against thee wickedly. Read.
And thy enemies take thy name in vain.
That's
This
right.
is what you have to understand. Simon, when he was dealing with all this, hey, he was on him. He was coming, regardless. Read.
Do not I hate them?
What did David say?
Do not I hate them?
Come on now.
O Lord, that hate thee.
This being zealous of the law. This is being zealous of the covenant that the Most High God made with
That's
us.
right.
Read.
And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
Then he said, not only do I hate them, do I not grieve that those that rise, like for example, a nation, a brother, or sister, or another nation that goes against the oracles of the Most High Yah, you don't even got to know them. David said, do not I grieve? Read that part. Do not what?
I agree with those that rise up against thee.
David's only got to know you. If you going against my God, it's a problem.
That's right.
Read.
I hate them with perfect hatred.
What did David say?
I hate them with perfect hatred.
Come on.
I count them my enemies.
Give me Luke 19:27. We got a precept here. Oh man, that was just David, man. You know, David was okay. All right, okay. All right, let's find out. What spirit did David have on him? Let's watch this. Give me Luke 19 and verse 27.
Bring
folks.
it out.
Let's find out. And I'm showing y'all, Israel, the understanding of being in that righteous spirit, being in that zeal of the knowledge of the power, man. Read this right quick. This in red, right, Bo? So who's speaking right now? Yahweh Shai, right? All right, now check this out. David said, I hate them with a perfect hate, right? He counted them as his enemy. Let's see what Christ's talking about. Christ might be talking a little different. He might, love the enemies and all that. Let's see what Christ say. Turn the other cheek. Watch this. Read this right quick, out.
Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those my enemies.
Hold on. What did Christ say?
But those my enemies.
Hold on. Read.
Which would not that I should reign over them.
Okay.
Bring hither and slay them.
And do what?
Slay them.
No. Hold on. No. Jesus just didn't say slay them. No, hold on. But what you got there? What? Read that again, Bo. And what?
But those my enemies,
okay,
which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them.
Y'all know what slay mean? Kill. Read.
Before me.
Woo.
That's right.
He didn't even say take him to the back. He said bring her. Kill him before. Kill him right here in front of me. I'm trying to show y'all something. Y'all didn't read that in Sunday school. They avoided that precept. Let's go back into Maccabees now. Maccabees chapter 13. First Maccabees chapter 13. Let's start at verse 23, Bo.
First Maccabees chapter 13, verse 23. And when he came near to Bascama, he slew Jonathan, who was buried there. Afterward.
Now, like we said, never trust our enemies. So pretty much he killed Jonathan. Read.
Afterward, Tryphon returned and went into his own land. Then sent Simon and took the bones of Jonathan his brother and buried them in Modin, the city of his fathers. And all Israel made great lamentation for him and bewailed him many days. Simon also built a monument upon the sepulchre of his father and his brethren, and raised it aloft to the site with whom stone behind and before. Moreover, he set up 7 pyramids.
7 what?
Pyramids.
That's a class for a later day, but you see that. Read. This is in our Greek captivity. Read.
One against another, for his father and his mother and his 4 brethren.
That's right.
And in these he made cunning devices, about the which he set great pillars. And upon the pillars he made all their armory for a perpetual memory. And by the armory ships carved, that they might be seen of all that sail on the sea.
Now, I just want to show y'all something. It's obvious. We know now. We made the pyramids.
That's right.
Because you got to think about it. Hamite or whatever. If they made the pyramid, why they haven't made no more? They still over there. Have you seen them? Have you YouTube and seen some Africans making any pyramid? Had they even reconstructed the pyramids we made? They have no clue. They can't do nothing but dust them off. Come on, man. Read up.
This is the sepulchre which he made and molded, and it standeth yet unto this day.
Come on now.
Now when Tryphon dealt deceitfully with the young king Antiochus.
Now this is Edomite on Edomite right now. He says, so he dealt deceitfully with Antiochus. Antiochus pretty much, he's an Edomite as well. Read on.
And slew him.
And did what?
Slew him.
Man, Tryphon going off. Read.
And he reigned in his stead and crowned himself king of Asia.
Notice he say crowned himself king of Asia. Read.
And brought a great calamity upon the land. Then Simon built up the strongholds in Judea and fenced them about with high towers and great walls and gates and bars and laid up victuals therein. Moreover, Simon chose men and sent to King Demetrius, to the end he should give the land in immunity, because all that trifling did was to spoil.
Understand, Demetrius? There's another Edomite. Remember, Alexander split his, pretty much before he died, he gave rulership to all his kinsmen. Read on.
Unto whom King Demetrius answered and wrote after this manner. King Demetrius, unto Simon, the high priest, and friend of kings, as also unto the elders and nation of the Jews, send a greeting. The golden crown and the scarlet robe which ye sent unto us, we have received, and we are ready to make a steadfast peace with you. Yea, and to write unto our officers, to confirm the immunities which we have granted. And whatsoever covenants we have made with you shall stand, and the strongholds which ye have built shall be your own. As for any oversight or fault committed unto this day, we forgive it. And the crown tax also, which ye owe us. And if there were any other tribute paid in Jerusalem, it shall be no more paid.
Read on.
And look, who are meet among you to be in our court, let them be enrolled, and let there be peace betwixt us. Thus the yoke of the heathen was taken away from Israel in the 170th year. Then the people of Israel began to write in their instruments and contracts. In the first year of Simon, the high priest, the governor and leader of the Jews. In those days, Simon camped against Gaza and besieged it round about. He made also an engine of war and set it by the city and battered a certain tower and took it.
Understand, if y'all watch, what's that, Lord of the Rings and things of that nature, that engine of war was pretty much a big boulder. They used to ram the door, and once they bust the door open, they jumped out the boulder and just pretty much took over the town. So that was that engine of war. Read on.
And they that were in the engine leaped into the city, whereupon there was a great uproar in the city, and so much as the people of the city rent their clothes, and climbed upon the walls with their wives and children, and cried with a loud voice, beseeching Simon to grant them peace. And they said, deal not with us according to our wickedness,
Read on.
but according to thy mercy. So Simon was appeased toward them, and fought no more against them, but put them out of the city.
Didn't fight against them, but they had to get up out of there. Read on.
And cleansed the houses wherein the idols were, and so entered into it with songs and thanksgiving. Yea, he put all uncleanness out of it,
So all the abominable things, he cleared everything out. Read.
and placed such men there as would keep the law,
Okay.
and made it stronger than it was before,
There you go.
and built therein a dwelling place for himself. They also of the tower in Jerusalem were kept so straight that they could neither come forward nor go into the country, nor buy nor sell. Wherefore they were in great distress for want of victuals, and a great number of them perished through famine.
There you go. Read on.
Then cried they to Simon, beseeching him to be at one with them, which thing he granted them. And when he had put them out of from thence, he cleansed the tower from pollution.
So understand, Simon putting things back in order, how it's supposed to be. Even with the point of them buying or anything, he shut everything down from them. And they had to plead with us again for help. But read on.
And entered into it the 23rd day of the second month,
Okay.
in the 170th in the first year, with thanksgiving,
Okay.
and branches of palm trees, and with harps and cymbals, and with viols and hymns and songs, because there was destroyed a great enemy out of Israel.
Okay. Read on.
He ordained also that day should be kept every year with gladness.
This is why we celebrate this day. Read on.
Moreover, the hill of the temple was made by the tower he made stronger than it was, and there he dwelt himself with his company.
Okay.
And when Simon saw that John his son was a valiant man,
So understand, this is very, very honor what he about to do. He saw his son, and you know how like when you have a son, and then it going to explain. But when that son remind you of someone special, check this out. Read on.
He made him a captain.
He made him a what?
Captain.
Because guess what? Who was his captain when he was alive? His brother, Judas Maccabees. And I'm pretty sure he was seeing the same violent man in his son that he saw in his brother.
That's
But
right.
read on.
Of all the hosts.
Okay.
And he dwelt in Gazara.
So this is why we celebrate this day.
right.
Because the day of Simon was a day of man stood on the words of the Most High Yah and conquered our oppressor. Now that being said, we're about to close out. Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. Israel, what we have to realize right now, because we've been in multiple captivities and it's been many years to pass by. So right now, the war that we're dealing with right now is not physical. This is what we have to understand. What is the war about now? Because we're still in war right now, but it's a spiritual warfare. Read that right quick, God.
I was in first. Okay. You get there.
No problem, no problem.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh,
Okay?
we do not war after the flesh.
Because understand, man, this last war is going to be the last war that's going to bring salvation to God's chosen people. So understand, though we walk, read that again.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Read on.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
So this is what we have to understand. Read.
but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God,
That's right.
and bringing into captivity every thought to be obedience of Christ.
So when we go out there and teach and edify our people, the war that we're dealing with now is a spiritual war. Waking our people out of this docile state of mind that they're in. Bringing them back to the biblical understanding of what? Their nationality, repentance, coming back to the commandment. Last but not least, give me 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58 right quick. Because there's a war going on, but it's a spiritual war. Go ahead up.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast.
Be ye what?
Steadfast.
This is why we have to come into the understanding. We have to always be ready. Read.
Unmovable.
Unmovable when it comes to the words of the Most High
That's
Yah.
right.
Just like Simon. We have to be firm and we have to be a man of counsel. Read on.
Always abounding in the work of the
Hold
Lord.
on, read that part again.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Read.
For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
So this is what we have to say, Israel. My last precept, I'm going to give y'all 1 John chapter 3 and verse 18. Because when you think about it, Simon didn't leave with words. Simon didn't leave with just viewpoints and thoughts. Let's see, how did he lead? How did he guide? How did he help Israel get out that captivity? We'll end on this. Read that right quick out.
1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in the word,
Okay.
neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
But in what?
But in deed and in truth.
And on that, Israel, we say shalom.
Children struggle together.
Hold on, I want to get to Matthew 22 and verse
Tosh Money.
St. Matthew chapter 22, verse 29.
Uh-huh.
Ye do err,
Understand?
not knowing the scriptures,
Doing the scripture,
nor the power of God.
Lord, the power of God. He's coming back like a thief in the night, man. Your beer, your barbecues, and your blood is not going to save you.